Hello everybody. Hey, I hope you had a good Christmas. I'm going to be brutally honest with you and say I did not. Probably one of my top 3 worst Christmases of all time. I got really sick and still under quarantine, which is driving me crazy because I'm stuck in the house. But I'm on some medication and bounced back pretty quick, I would say. But let's not dwell on that. I'll show you a few things I got for Christmas though. If you remember my last video, the Willy Wonka train set, well, I found this on Etsy. It's close to O-scale Willy Wonka figure. So I'll have to paint that up and put it with a train set. And my wife also got me this Nickel Plate Road patch. And she goes, I'm not sure if you like this or not. She just found it online. Well, first of all, if it's Nickel Plate Road, I love it. And second, 765, it's a Berkshire. You all know. Boom, right there. My favorite locomotive of all time. So that's a cool thing. And then my wicked cool sister and brother-in-law got me this Railroad Wars of New York State. And actually, I can't wait to read this. I was just flipping through real quick, and even I saw the word Nickel Plate Road. I was flipping through it, so it'd be cool to read about that. Because if you don't know, Nickel Plate did run from Chicago to Buffalo. But what the video is about is I got a bunch of scale train stuff in. And one of the items I got in was their new release of a 70-ton mill gondola. And there's different road names. I don't know which ones they did. I don't care. Because they did nickel plate and that's all I got. So if you want to check it out, go on their website and see what other ones they've got. But this is Mike Toy Trains molds. I'm pretty sure. And they're pretty quick kits to put together. I built these two. And, you know, they're a base model. You can see from the details. Let me pan in a bit. But it comes with metal wheels with metal axles. And they're standard plastic couplers. And these are pretty quick and easy to build. So I thought it'd be fun to show you how quick it is to build one. Now the wheels on these I did paint because they do come nice and shiny, like my hiney. But let's open up the kit and see what we got. And building train cars is probably my most favorite thing in model trains. I wish I just had a big layout with all my trains running and every night I could sit at a desk and just build a new car and be happy as all get out. But anyways, so what you get in the box, simple instructions. And there's not a whole lot to this. They recommend, like you have a little history about the gondola. And then you got this simple diagram to build it. And they recommend a sharp hobby knife, small Phillips screwdriver, hobby glue for bonding plastic parts, and a small tweezer. I've had no use for a hobby knife with these, and I don't even glue it together. It all kind of just snaps together, so I'll show you real quick what's in the kit. So you got your plastic sleeve. It is taped together, and I thought I cut it apart. There we go. So you get the main body. It's wrapped in plastic. And that has your underframe and all that. Your coupler pocket. Then you get this piece. That's your floor where, you know, you could spray this. It's a wood deck. So if you wanted to, before you install it, you could spray it, you know, brownish or whatever you want. The weight's on the bottom, and it is notched. Like there's a little edge on this side. There's not on here. That's important when you snap it in correctly. And then you get 3 bags of parts. Assuming I can get them out. There we go. Put this down. And you get all your couplers. You know, it's their style with the little spring coupler covers. And there's 4 screws, 2 to hold the coupler covers and 2 to hold on the trucks. Here's a bag of trucks. Like I said, they're metal, which is very nice. There's a lot of weight to these. Don't you love when you go to do something on film? It seems like it's 10 times harder than if you did it when you're not filming them. So there's the trucks. These definitely look like the old, I don't know if those are the Mike Toy Trains trucks, but the smaller screws that they use are definitely what Mike Toy Trains used. And then you have your end doors to go over here. And they always come with these little teeny washers, which I assume is to go under the trucks to adjust for coupler height. I think it doesn't mention the instructions at all about using this washer. And when I use a coupler gauge, height gauge, these things are right on. So I don't know if you're supposed to use these. I mean, they are thin. But like I said, the instructions mentions nothing about using them, so I haven't. Once again, there we go. You know, it probably isn't a bad idea to, they probably help the cars move, or the trucks move a little smoother. And those are just wafer thin. So, you know what, I'm gonna put them on this one. And then, like I said, you have your 2 end pieces which are printed with the car number. And I will say one thing that bothers me about this car number is Pro 2000 made a whole bunch of these 70-ton mill gondolas, and they did make a 66,004 gondola. I'm thinking Scaletrains, you just couldn't change that to a 5. But anyways, I'm going to raise up the camera so it's shooting down, and I'll show you how easy it is to build one of these. All right, here we go, top view. Now hopefully I don't kick the tripod while I'm making this. But anyways, as you can see, this end is notched. And you have a little nub or whatever right there. So you want to make sure that's the way you put in the floor. And then you start pressing it all down in, and it snaps into place. Did I get it too far over? Because you want a little bit of a, oops, I'm sorry, you want a little bit of line or seam right there so you can push the end doors in. So that was pretty quick and easy, huh? You can see it lines up those little ridges, or you want to call them side. And both end doors are the same, and you just want to slide them in the ends. Now, the first car I built, they slide in beautifully, no problem. The second one, I had to finagle a little bit. Hopefully, on camera, these go in nice and easy, and I don't look like a fool. But I'm not going to hold my breath. You slide those in theory. And of course, as I said, this one's gonna, there we go. Slid right in nicely. And I kind of take the floor and take my thumb and push it that way. So it's tight against that, and it opens up the little bit of seam you need right here for the other door. So like I said, it takes just a little finessing it. Whoops, what did I do? Doesn't seem to have caught correctly. See what I tell you, put it on camera, and everything fights you. There we go. Right in, nice and easy. And it's squared. And obviously you want to make sure the print's on the outside, and you have it orientated correctly, that the lettering matches here. It's pretty obvious. So there, main car is built. And then it's time for the couplers. Now this is where I use a tweezer. So just pan in a little bit. And this is Scaletrains couplers. You know, if you want, you could put in Katie. At the moment, I'm out of Katie couplers. So I'm just going to go with the couplers that Scaletrains has supplied. And you want to make sure you put the couplers the correct way. You just kind of wiggle them in so they catch the spring, like such. You have your covers, that's the inside. You see those little posts. Those go towards the back. So we flip that over, the cover. Press it in there. And there's two kinds of screws. You'd use these for the couplers. And the ones that have like the, the flatter with like the little washer top go on to hold the trucks on. So let's first get the coupler on. Now my hands have all been in the way. Get the Mr. Screwdriver. And just snug it down so that the cover plate is snug, but you don't want to crank on the screw because you'll make sure the coupler is able to go back and forth freely. You do it at the same end. Now remember I said something about these washers. They didn't say anything about them in the instructions, but I'm going to put them on this car just to see what it does. Like I said, they're paper thin. Whoops. So just put that on like there. And like I said, they don't mention that at all in the instructions. So maybe it just helps, you know, keep this to spin, or keeps the side to side wobble to the minimum. All right. Now, if you have nice nimble hands like I used to have in my 20s, you would probably need a tweezer to put the screws in, but since I'm becoming an old duffer, I need tweezers. And as with the coupler plate, there's a lot of side to side, so I just keep cranking down. You know, these would be a great kit if you've never built any kind of train car. This would be a great first-time car. Or let's say you have a young person who wants to get into model trains with you and they'd love to build a car. Once again, this would be a great kit. Because you've seen, I use no glue. Haven't had to use a hobby knife for anything. I suppose, you know, if there's some kind of molding flash somewhere on parts, you might need a knife, but on these three kits, I've not had a use for a knife. Just tighten this down a little more. So it's nice. It's still free, but not much wobble. So we'll just do the other side, and we'll be done. All right, so I got the other side done. And you can see it's a nice little kit. It's got nice printing on them. Like I said, the other two I did paint the wheels. You can see they're still unpainted and shiny on these. But yeah, you could build a bunch of these in an evening. Like I said, for someone new to the hobby, or you got a young person, all I used were these two tools. So quick and easy. Hey, if you're Mr. Rivet Counter, you may not like this. But you know, overall, it's got a nice look to it. You can weather up, get it rusty, put a load in there, you know, bang it up, because usually things are always banged up, these gondolas. But fun, nice little kit. I highly recommend them if that's something you think you'd be interested in. And like I said, I'll leave a link to their website so you can see what other road names these come in. And as always, I'll put these on a track so we can see what they look like rolling by. Okay, so I got this on the track, and I've got the coupler height gauge on, and as you can see, we'll pan in here. That coupler's right on. And we'll check the other side. And boom, that one's right on too. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot to mention, the box that these come in is also designed that you can put them back in the box for storage even after you build them, which is nice, because that's, in the earlier days they didn't used to do that.